Hello, I'm Carol Ramoran. Today we speak with Michael C. Lim, the person behind one of the most popular and successful celebrity gossip blogs in the Philippines, fashionpolice.com. Lim has gotten a lot of flack from local celebrities who felt alluded to in the blind items featured on his blog. He says he is more than ready to face his critics today. Good day, Mike.
Good day, Carol. Good day to the readers of Rappler.com.
So how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You look beautiful.
Well, you've been making me laugh off air, so yeah, maybe let's get on with the questions.
Go ahead.
So at first, I was going through your blog, and your earliest post was as of 2011.
February 2011.
Yes, and today you just reached 100 million views. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you to all the readers of Fashion Police.
Yeah. So I want to know, how did it all start?
Well, it started as a fashion blog. It started with a fashion controversy, and what I did was I took the picture from Facebook, I posted it in my blog, and I began to have readers. And from then on, my readers just increased every day.
So, but you're not just a blogger. Okay, I recently found out that you're also a professor in one
Yes.
of the leading universities here in the Philippines. So, other than that, what can you say about yourself? Let us get to know you.
I also do events. I've been doing events for more than 20 years. I love doing it. It's fun. And it brings out my creative juices.
I see. Okay, so, back to the blog. What's your purpose? When you said you started out with one issue and then one came after another. So, are you trying to send a message to celebrities that, hey, we're watching you? Or, what's your main purpose?
Well, the main purpose is to tell them that, as public personalities, they do have certain responsibilities to their fans as well.
And so far, a lot of them are reacting to
Yes,
what's on
on Twitter, on Instagram.
And this despite you not naming any of them. And
Exactly, and I don't get it why they're so affected.
I see, but you do moderate the blog with hundreds of comments. Of
Yes,
course.
I have to moderate them because I have certain guidelines that the readers have to follow, meaning they cannot name the names. They can only put the first letter of the first name or the first letter of the last name, and nothing that can point directly to that particular artist.
Why? Why not just let them say
Well,
it?
to avoid lawsuits.
But it's them. Other people are commenting.
But still, because if I publish them, it's my responsibility.
I see. All right. So how do you keep up with the blog? Since there are hundreds of comments for each entry, it's a bit because you do have a lot going on in your life.
Yes.
How do you keep up with?
Well, I do have a team that helps me as well.
And are you sure that these people can be trusted?
Of course. I screen them very strictly
Okay.
because loyalty is a rare commodity.
Yes. Quotable. All right. And so I'd like to move on to asking you your view on some of the issues.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, what's your view on sex scandals here in the Philippines? So far, we have Neri Naig, there's Wally Bayola.
Well, it's my way of telling the women out there that they should not allow themselves to be videoed while doing the sexual act.
Because a lot of people also commented on your blog that why are you posting this? This is degrading to the woman and all of that. And such issues even make it to the Senate or to the Congress.
Exactly.
So what does that say about the people? In the Philippines, that people are so into gossip.
They are.
Yeah, but
Well, some people might deny it, but I think everybody loves gossip, don't you?
I'd have to admit that it's a guilty pleasure.
It is.
Okay. So, speaking of guidelines, do you see that there are rules that celebrity bloggers should abide by? Because you're not the only one, and you're one of the few that has guidelines on your blog. So, aside from what you already have, do you think there should be more? What other guidelines and rules on the internet should other celebrity bloggers go by?
Well, I think it depends on the nature of their blogs, and it depends on the nature of what they are writing. But at the end of the day, they should be sure that they don't name the person if they are trashing them, because it's a ground for libel.
And especially for blind items.
Yes,
of course.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, so also your take on the Freddie Aguilar issue. He's one of the hottest topics lately in celebrity gossip blogs. So what's your take on him?
Well, my opinion is, at the end of the day, if the parents of the girl allowed her to marry him, well, it is their choice. But my message to Freddie is maybe he can wait for 2 more years when she becomes 18. But it's love. What can we do about that? As long as they are sincere about it,
That's true.
it's their problem.
Okay. So, and you mentioned that Filipinos do love gossip. And so, aside from that, what do you think makes it a hit in Philippine
Fashion police.
culture? Yeah.
I think my readers love the idea that they have to guess it, the thrill of guessing it.
And yeah, but I mean, there are even forums about your blog. I mean,
Exactly.
that's where they post it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, aside from the guessing game and the thrill, I mean, do you think it has something about you being so fabulous every day?
That's hard to say. That's hard to say. But I try to be fabulous.
And
Everybody tries to be, right?
yeah, all right. And I mean, along with the success of the blog, and you've had a bunch of haters. There's even a Twitter account dedicated to
Well, several Twitter accounts dedicated to bashing me.
exactly. So, I mean, how does that make you feel that you're posting something negative about people which you don't really name, but there are
Haters.
There are haters.
Well, a piece of advice to everyone out there: haters are secret admirers.
Oh.
And if you're not popular, you don't have bashers or haters. It means you're not relevant and nobody cares.
Right? Okay. So again, another issue. It's breakup season, and then there's Paolo Avellino, LJ Reyes, Jelyn Mercado.
There's Billy Joe Crawford.
There, Billy Joe Crawford, Phil Young husband, and Angel Locsin, and all of them are saying that their breakups are all mutual decisions.
I think that's euphemism.
Yeah, no third parties, and that they ended it in a peaceful manner. That blah blah blah. So who among these people are lying?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell because I think celebrities have mastered how to convey a message the way they want the people to be perceived.
Let me see. So, I mean, when you see a celebrity doing an interview, do you see when they're lying? Do you feel it?
I'll be very honest. I don't watch TV. So I see very few of those. But sometimes I can sense they're lying. Sometimes, yes, I do. Because I always say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. And when a person is talking, you'll be able to detect if he or she is lying or not.
I see. So, with that said, who are your sources?
Well, I have friends inside the networks, and some of them share the stories that they have actually encountered with these artists.
And how sure are you that these sources, your friends from the networks, are actually reliable?
Well, as I always say, every story has many sides. For example, you're my friend, right? If you have a boyfriend and you break up with him, hopefully not, of course, your story or your version will be different from that of your boyfriend. So I always say sometimes it's really relative to the person telling the story. And at the end of the day, I write blind items. I didn't really say it's this person or that person. So I don't see why they have to be affected at all.
Has anybody threatened you?
Well, thankfully not.
I see. But there were a few celebrities who did
Who
say
would rant
ranted.
on Twitter. Yes, they would.
And what was your initial reaction to that?
Well, my initial reaction is, well, I'm famous.
All right.
Because otherwise they will not react, right?
But
And it means that they're reading my blog.
that's great. Okay. All right. So we'll go to social media questions.
Go ahead.
All right. And here's AZ from the blog Chilipino.blogspot.
Okay.
If you can only wear one brand and it should be local,
Okay.
what would it be and why?
It would be Bench, because I think Bench is the most successful Filipino retailer.
I see.
I admire their designs and I admire the quality of their products as well.
All right. Also, Justine Danzete Ricacho asks, hindi ba siya nakokonsensya sa mga artistang nasisira niya ang pangalan through the blind item at minsan nagba-blind item siya na hindi naman talaga totoo?
Well, how would this person know that it's not totoo?
Okay. But what about the conscience part? How would you feel, I mean, when from your blind item and then an issue comes out?
Well, to be honest, I try to detach my emotions when I write a blind item, because at the end of the day, it's work.
All right. Okay. So, Pamela Kisha Andrada asks, where did the blog name come from?
Well, because I started policing the fashion industry. That's why I called it Fashion Police. And then later on, there's always a thin line between fashion and entertainment or celebrities, right? So there was one time I wrote a blind item that had a little bit of celebrity aspect to it, and I saw the readership, and from that I kept writing about them, and that's why now it's still called Fashion Police, but I started writing about celebrities. But I try to inject aspects of fashion to it as well.
And fashion is a major interest of yours, I
Yes,
see.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so when did you start monetizing it, by the way?
Well, I think 6 months after the blog was created, I received calls from advertisers. So I think I would say 6 months later.
I see. And how has it been? Has it been good?
Well, it's good, but I wish there were more, right?
I see. Right. And this is from Antipathics Ever. How come he uses his site to bash people, including non-celebrities and private citizens, just because he has personal quarrels with them? As a professor in one of the top universities in the country, does he think that this practice is a good example to his students?
Well, it is my blog, and I am allowed to do whatever I want to do because it's my blog. And at the end of the day, people always say that I'm a professor. Why am I doing this? You know what? Sometimes we need to be able to separate the different aspects of our lives. When I'm in school, I am not Fashion Police. I'm Professor Mike Lim. And the way I am in the classroom is different from the way I am outside.
How are you as a teacher?
I'm very strict. I'm very strict. I make it a point that all my students respect me because I think they have to know that when I'm in the classroom, I mean business.
And what do you teach, by the way?
I teach public relations, which is very apt to what I'm doing.
I see. And do you ever use the blog as an example when you teach?
Yes, because it's PR, so I use my experiences, and I think that's also one of the reasons why the department likes me because of doing this blog. I have experienced so many different PR practices, so I use them as examples, as case studies in my class as well.
The last part of the question of this of Antipathics Ever asks, does he think that being moneyed and privileged give you the license to bash people, or is it because your readers like it?
Well, I think the readers like them.
And it doesn't have anything
And you know
to do
what?
with-
Let's be honest. I think in every one of us, there's like a secret basher within us. It's just that we don't like putting it out there. It's just the difference. In my case, it's just I put it out there. But that's why I have so many anonymous commenters, because I think inside everyone, inside you, inside every one of us, there's like a secret basher. Like if a lady passes by and we don't like the outfit, we secretly say, yuck, she looks crazy, right? But we don't say it out loud. The difference in my case is just I say it out loud, and I'm very honest, even in real life.
How come a lot of people tend to hide that person, that secret basher in them? Why do you think? I mean, is it part of the society?
Because they want to be liked. They want to be pleasant. But in my case, that's why I always tell my friends, one thing that I'm very, very proud of, if I die, I've always been honest. I've always said what I want to say. And it's your problem if you don't like it.
And do you think that? I mean, it does make you feel better when you're honest about something, even
yes.
when you hurt people.
I have clients who come to me because I do events, and they ask me, what do you think about my dress? I say, it's ugly. I say it. Because I think it's my responsibility to tell her it's ugly.
And you still maintain the relationship.
And they still like me because at the end of the day, they will not come to me if they don't like me. Right? And they believe and they value my perspective as well.
Okay.
If I say it's ugly, it's really ugly.
Okay. Is it true that you leave clues on the title of your blind items?
It's for you to find out.
For the readers.
For the readers to find out.
Okay. What are some of the most common fashion faux pas that Filipino women make, and how should they be addressed?
I think many morena, like the dark-skinned women, and I love them, they wear a lot of bright colors. Sometimes it does not complement them. Like many dark-skinned women here in the Philippines love wearing orange. I think it's too personish for me.
Okay. I see. What else? Any others?
Well, another thing is, many Filipinos, many Filipinas, like they want to be fashion forward. They wear a lot of furs. To me, it's just not acceptable because of our climate. Just don't be trying hard. I think that's very important. Be natural, be yourself.
And your take on the knee-high boots during December?
Well,
Also no?
well, I don't like it. Honestly, I don't like it. But it's really up to you because some people will say because it's because of the cold weather. Pero exage naman here in the Philippines. How cold can it get?
Okay. So, you have great fashion sense. Who
Thank
is your
you.
inspiration? Says Twitter user Marian Remo.
I think my inspiration is not a person, but more of my travels because I travel a lot and I see what's in, how they do it abroad. So I kind of like take inspiration from these experiences.
How often do you travel?
Well, long haul, when talking about long haul, meaning more than 6 hour flight, I do it at least twice a year. Or I try to do it at least twice a year if I have the resources and the time. But short travels like Hong Kong or China nearby, sometimes it depends on the urgency.
Okay. What's your favorite place?
My favorite place, actually, I love shopping in Paris. But my favorite country would be Spain because I think many of the practices we have here in the Philippines are because of the colonization of the Spaniards. So I think I feel very at home in Spain.
Okay.
And sometimes I can even understand some of the words that they use because sometimes we use them as well here, right? Yeah.
Okay. So from Obey Vimobrero, what is the most shocking blind item you have ever received?
Too many to mention. But I think one that I can share now would be when these four handsome actors went out and they started kissing each other. You look shocked.
Clue?
Well, it's in the vlog.
All right.
Well, they're really popular actors, and I think they just did it because they were drunk.
Okay. So both are straight.
Well,
Just
four of them.
experiment.
Four of them.
Oh, okay.
Four
All
of
of
them.
them
So
are
two
straight.
pairs.
Two pairs
I
are
think
straight.
two of them are not.
All right. Okay. So going back to celebrity blogging, what are the secrets of a successful celebrity blog? And do you have any tips for someone who wants to do it?
Okay. I might sound like I'm lecturing in class, but I always say for a brand or a product or a blog to be successful, there has to be a face behind the blog, behind the product. And this is why I use this in my class as example. Two of the most successful PR models in the Philippines would be Bench and Bello because people equate Bench to Ben Chan and Bello to Dr. Bello. So I think this is also one of the reasons why my blog is very successful because I put a face. I go out and I meet people and I mingle with people and I'm very active online. I respond to their questions when they tweet me. I reply. I think this is one of the secrets to a very successful brand.
But that also has a negative effect. I mean,
Yes, you get haters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get haters. So, I mean, how do you keep up with that? I mean, you're getting more popular and you have haters. Where's the balance in it?
You know what? Just ignore them. People will always hate. Just ignore them. And seriously, I don't get it why some celebrities react online because when there are people who bash me and they say really nasty stuff about me, I just block them. I just keep on blocking them.
It's easier.
It's easier. Just
Yeah.
click the block button. That's your best friend.
Okay. So, does social media make your job easier?
Yes. Yes, because you reach out to your readers easily through Twitter, Instagram. And you know what? Let me share something because this morning I just downloaded the BBM app. So I posted my PIN number on Instagram and a lot of my followers just message me and they say thank you for sharing your number. And I think it's very important for us to be close to our target audience.
Because there are other bloggers who choose to become anonymous. So, I mean, and their blog stays alive somehow, but not as popular.
I think
as
it loses
yours.
credibility if you hide. This is one of the reasons why I put my name out there and I entertain interviews like this because it's very important for the people to know who's the person behind the blog as well.
Was there ever a time that the blog like earned you, I mean, someone not liking you the first time they met you just because they've read your blog and they've like read nasty things about you on the internet because of your haters?
It's very hard to tell because if that person doesn't like you, he or she will not approach you. But on the other side, on the other side of the coin, I have encountered many times that I have readers who come up to me and say they love my blogs.
But no negative effects to your personal and your professional career?
None that I can think
professional.
of. None that I can think of. Although there was an online petition saying that I should not be allowed to teach in a university because I talk about gossips, right? And you know what? At the end of the day, as long as what I do does not affect my teaching, I don't think it should be a factor.
So, any insights into the psyches of the profiles of your readers?
They are what we call the pasimpleng chismosa. In short, they're chismosa, but they don't want the whole world to know that they're chismosa. And I think, apart from being that there is a small basher in every one of us, I think there's also a small chismosa in every one of us.
Yeah, it's part of the culture.
It's part of the psyche. It's part of the culture. And you know, it's not fair to say that Filipinos love gossips. I think foreigners love it as well.
Yeah, but how come we're more identified to it? Why do you think that Filipinos
Because
are
the
more...
media has been telling the whole world that Filipinos love chismes. That's why we've been so out there. That's why we've been so connected to chismes. But I think, you know, because I've traveled a lot, and you know, one time I can always remember because I traveled with my mom to Europe, and it was like 30 days. We were on a bus with a group of Australians. We also talk about gossips, and my mom said, "Oh, these Australianos, they also love chismes, no?" I said, "Yeah, everybody loves it."
I see. Okay, so how do you, from Trisha, how do you keep track of celebrities? If they reply on Instagram, how do you see them? Since there are like hundreds of comments on your Instagram.
My readers are very helpful. They always tag me on Instagram or on Twitter, and I just ignore them.
Okay.
In fact, I feel happy if they reply because it means I'm relevant.
Okay, from Francis Doplon. Why does it seem like there are less blind items and more endorsements since Kim Chu cried foul?
I think this person does not read Fashion Police every day. If you read it every day at 12 midnight, there's always a blind item.
I see.
And I've never missed, even if I'm abroad, I've never missed. Even before even before when I was still doing it alone, I've never missed a blind item.
Okay. Is there competition among celebrity vloggers? Among you guys, I mean...
I don't know how to answer it, but you know, it's very hard to say now because if you compare my numbers with the numbers of the other blogs, I think they're a little behind.
But don't you ever get catty with each other?
I don't mind. I think competition is also healthy.
Okay.
But you know, I'm very lucky because in a way I have received recognition that some people haven't really experienced. Like, I mean, I'm on Rappler.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, one more question. Ella 26SP asks, when will you stop bashing artists on your blog?
I will stop bashing when the readers stop reading or stop visiting Fashion Police.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna give you like a few names of
Sure.
celebrities, and you just tell me one thing you know about them.
Descriptions.
All right, descriptions.
Go.
Kim Chu.
I think she's very pretty, just a little bit too skinny.
Okay. Sian Lim.
Very handsome, very talented, tall.
Anything juicy?
Sian Lim? Let me ask my friend.
All right. Catherine Bernardo.
Catherine Bernardo, she's very young, right? I'm not really familiar with her, but she's young, and she is with Daniel Padilla, right?
Yeah. All right.
She's a little bit on the dark skin though, but I think she's very pretty.
Sharon Cuneta.
Well, she hates me.
How do you feel about her? Do you hate her back?
I don't hate her. I love her.
Okay.
I love her. I used to be a Sharonian when I was little. When I was younger.
John Lloyd Cruz.
John Lloyd Cruz loves to drink.
Oh. Jessie Mendiola.
Jessie Mendiola loves luxury.
Okay. Marian Rivera.
A beautiful face, not so beautiful attitude.
Oh. Why?
Well, I think it's also because she's very frank and people misinterpret her, I think.
Victor Basa.
Victor Basa, divinely.
Divine. He's like Mr. Okay. And Chong Di? Have I asked that?
He's a swimmer.
Okay. Any other?
He's from LaSalle.
Was he your student ever? No.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Okay. And I think that's it. So I'm gonna ask you, any last thoughts?
My last thoughts.
And I mean, if you can tell us, where is Fashion Police headed? Are you going to take it to a different direction anytime soon? Are we expecting something new?
Well, I think there were recently there were changes on Fashion Police. What I did is I took all the gossips or all the news that I gathered from the different social networks and put them on the blog. So it's like a hodgepodge of social media news. That's what I did just this year. So hopefully we'll have more advertisers and more readers. That is my wish for Fashion Police.
And, we have a pahabol question. Charmaine Gutierrez asks if you buy fake followers to make your Twitter look relevant.
Pardon me?
Do you buy followers to make your Twitter account look relevant?
Well, I did that, and I'd be honest, but that was ages ago. And up to a certain point, this fake followers disappear, so doesn't really matter.
All right. Okay. Thank you for dropping by to Rappler.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. And we were talking to Mike Lim of Fashion Police. Join us again next time. I'm Carol Ramoran, Rappler, Manila.